Hey guys, Florida Fallout here. I'm gonna do a little video on, well, my survival bag. So, let's just jump right in. I'm gonna start out here with my fire making stuff. This is pretty neat. You just press down like this. Basically a flint rod. Creates spark, and if you make a little pile of shavings and apply a spark to it, works as a magnesium flint rod and everything. It's a very useful item. Now I have some matches dipped in wax, and then I just have normal matches. Pretty essential if you ask me. Lighter. And that's about it for my fire making stuff. Now, moving on. That's right. Firecrackers. Firecrackers are actually very good to have in your bag. You don't want bottle rockets or something. You just want a normal firecracker that just makes a pretty decent sized sound. You want it to basically replicate a .22, so it can scare off animals, or if someone's following you, or you feel like somebody's following you, you can light it, throw it in an opposite direction. Once they hear that where that sound came from, they'll head that way, sending them completely off course from you. Zip ties. Zip ties are a necessity. You can do so much stuff with zip ties. Like here, I'll show you real quickly what I did with my knife here. I lost the sheath for my knife, so I made a new sheath out of some electrical tape and some cardboard. And yeah, zip ties. See, look, the zip ties keep my knife in. And when I want to take it out, I push that down. It comes right out smoothly. Alright. That's just a normal buck knife. It's really useful. So, some Gorilla Glue, wood glue. It's pretty good actually. I used it to fix my boots to glue it back together. And it really hasn't given me any problems since. Fishing supplies. Now I got a hook and 2 fishing yo-yos. In case you guys who don't know, fishing yo-yos are pretty neat little things. Basically, it reels in the fish for you, which I really don't think it could reel in a fish, all depending on the size. You just pull that down, you set it in right there. Then when the fish bites this, where your hook would be, reel it in. Or supposedly. Honestly, I just think it'd be able to set the hook. So that way. Alright, got some AA batteries. Pretty self-explanatory. You can use them for numerous things. You can even start fires with them. Not what you think. I just use this to keep, a whoopee cushion in. I just thought, a whoopee cushion would be great for like a dry box. You can put some stuff that you don't want to get wet in the whoopee cushion, and it'd be safe from water. I have more AA batteries wrapped up inside the whoopee cushion, and then the Altoids can you can cut up to make into like a fishing spear or some makeshift hooks, or you can even put it over a fire to make it as like a little frying pan or something. There's multiple things you can use an Altoid can for. Got a spool of fishing line. I think it's a 10-pound test. I'm gonna wrap that up in something else to make it more compact. This right here, it's not really a necessity, but I just like it. It's a pocket chair. You just fold it out like this. And here, I'll just take it back here. Then bam, it turns into a chair. It's actually very comfortable, and I can honestly fit it in one of my cargo pants pocket. Fishing gig. You don't want the biggest one they have or the smallest one. You want something pretty in between, and this is what you come out with. You can use it for fishing all the way to hunting. It's pretty cool. So we'll just move on down the line here. I have a compass, along with a map of Florida and Georgia. It's always good to have a map of the 2 states closest to you. Well, actually, the state that you're in and the state that's next to you. These things are pretty cool. My mom got it for me a long time ago. They fold out into binoculars. They just about double your vision. Swiss Army knife has so many good items that you can use, all the way from can opener to a saw to a magnifying glass. Walkie-talkie, you can get probably 2 to 3 miles away and still be able to understand what the person's saying to you. Alright, now with all of that, we'll just come over some more, and this is the fun part. We're getting into my medical supplies. So I have more medical supplies than just about anything else in my bag. Some gloves, some band-aids, snake bite treatment kit. Really don't want to have to use this though. First aid tape. This is pretty neat right here. If you go to like job seminars and things, you can find some really cool stuff there. Folds out into a little sewing kit. And in this one, another little sewing kit. Some gauze. This is actually where I keep most of my pills and stuff. I have some antibiotics in there. Celix. Here's some pretty cool stuff. Basically, you open up the packet, sprinkle it on your wound that you have, and it clots your blood faster. Big amount of gauze, and more band-aids. Pretty much sums up my medical kit. We'll just bring all the stuff over here. So, flashlight. Now this flashlight is pretty cool. I'll just show you real quickly. Alright, so there's multiple different features you can use on this flashlight. All the way from just the standard feature right here, but look, you can make it from big to more focused. Now if you tap the power button one time, it makes the light a little bit dimmer. If you tap it again, then you have your little strobe light or SOS signal. That's what it's supposed to replicate. I think it goes a little too fast for SOS. So that's my main flashlight. This is the one I will pretty much have on me at all times. This is my backup flashlight. Before I had that flashlight, I thought this was really bright. You know, but once I got that flashlight, this one didn't look so good to me. So, moving on. Electrical tape. Pretty good. It pretty much ties with duct tape for me. It ties for duct tape in some places, like tint repair. Electrical tape's very good. Then we have just our little multi-tools that we'd use when eating. And then, I don't know if you can see this, but I have a pretty big line of grits and oatmeal. These are very good to have in your survival bag, because oatmeal preferably, because it has more carbs, calories, stuff that keeps you going throughout the day. Moving over here again. This is a cast iron skillet. Pretty small. It has some weight to it. That's for sure. But it's more reliable than other stuff that you buy in stores. So you can leave that in the fire and it won't weaken it at all or anything. It's very, very useful. Hand warmers, pack of 4. Some more food, just some crackers I put in a little baggie here. Then here's something that I did. If you find like a little, if you're, you know how you usually go on trips someplace and you just get these little to-go carry-on airplane hygiene kit. So what I did was I just added a couple more things. I added some Q-tips and then some camping toilet paper. You always want to have some toilet paper. That's something you would definitely appreciate. Some soap. This is some homemade soap, so that way I know what I'm using. My mom used to make some homemade soap. She made some pretty good soap too. Oh, just picked that up. Alright, now this is probably my favorite item. This is the Stanley cooking pot. Alright, so yeah, there's the lid. Fits on there pretty good. Inside the cooking pot, I managed to fit a tea bag, water purification tablets, and some salt and pepper. Everyone's wondering what's in the bag. This is a camouflage burlap. I would use that in some cases as a day shelter, quick camouflage. I'd throw it over me, jump in the bushes, that kind of thing. Moving on again to the weapons now. This is where it gets tricky for me, because I have my S-Wing hatchet. This thing's very reliable, very good hatchet to have. In fact, I would say it's the best one on the market. But the problem that it poses for me is my tomahawk. It'd be a little bit ridiculous to carry both. But if it came down to it, I would probably take my S-Wing just because it's more reliable and more efficient for what it does. My kukri. Then we'll just come back over here to my buck knife. I usually keep this stuffed in my boot. It's like a boot knife. It's very good, very sharp. Fillet knife for fish. You can even use it for skinning also. Works very good for skinning actually. Then just a fold out knife. It's alright. Now we get into the bigger stuff. That's right. Actually, here we'll go over this. My BDU jacket and BDU pants. Those were given to me by somebody who had enough to spare. This is my Ruger 1022. Holds 10 rounds. Yes, it is empty, so I wouldn't be pointing it around like that if it wasn't. A very reliable gun. Over here in the back I have these. I want to say trash bags. They were given to us by one of my dad's friends, and I want to say trash bags, but honestly they just they don't appear as trash bags. They're pretty big. I could even cut it up and make it into a real quick tarp as a shelter overnight. Here's a little idea I can give you guys. See this? This is a camera holder, but inside I stuffed away 100 rounds of .22 ammo. Pretty cool. Even has like a slot right here that you can put on your belt. Very cool thing to have. Then for my blanket, I have a fleece blanket. Since I live in Florida, temperatures tend not to get real too cool, but wrapped up in this blanket pretty much will keep me warm at night. And I'll show you some cool things you can do with that too. There's a lot of other things you can use the blanket for. Now, the final part is, yes, the bug out bag. I have zip tied some throwing knives given to me onto the outer part. Has plenty of pockets. It is a JanSport, you know, not your typical bug out bag, but you know what? It's a very good quality backpack, and hasn't really given me any problems. So, that pretty much wraps it up. I know there's two major things missing, which is a waterproof tarp and some paracord, which I'm getting very soon. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up my survival bag video. Hope you like it. Please, if you have any suggestions to what I could put in the bag, drop it in the comment, like, subscribe, message me, any ideas for future videos, anything. But hope you enjoyed the video again, and yeah, this is Florida Fallout. Have a good day.